Good afternoon.
I'm Greg with Swartz Electric. We're a commercial and residential electrical contractor. You hear me say that often enough, and a lot of people don't know what does that mean. You're a residential, you're a commercial. Is that different? You know, what is the difference in that? Well, there are big differences. When we look at commercial, we think of this room. And while this would be simple enough for us to wire, residential is completely a different ballgame. Residential, we run rollbacks, and we drill holes and studs, and we literally run around the room until we get things taken to an electrical panel. In commercial, we're running conduit, we're bending, and we're drilling through concrete, and so the two items are very dissimilar. When we deal with a residential customer, a lot of times we knock on your door, and then we put booties on and come in your house. And we are very courteous, and we greet the person, and we're dressed nice and well. They don't smell of smoke. They don't swear around the customer. They want to make sure the customer is completely satisfied. When we're in a commercial setting, we're a lot dirtier because there's grease and oil, and there's usually a crew around, and the words slip a little bit more, and some of the guys that smoke are smoking while they're working, and there's all sorts of noise and just going on. So when we deal with that, we have a different mindset. The people that we have working with us have worked in both environments, and they know to separate them. They're skilled in both areas. Again, when we walk up to the residents, we're happy, we're cheerful, we talk to the customer, we reassure them that they're getting what they want and what they paid for, and that we're doing what they want, not what we want. When we're dealing with a commercial project, we usually have a set of blueprints, and we're going off of what is exactly on the blueprints. And if something doesn't make sense, then we talk to a supervisor and say, this doesn't make sense. Should there be a change? So we have a change order. But all in all, when we take both sides, we want safety to be our overarching theme. We want to know that when we leave that project, whether it's a long commercial or a short residential project, that you are safe. We want you to know that you are safe when you go to bed at night. That you don't have to worry about something catching on fire. You don't have to worry about when you turn the light switch, half the house goes out or half the building goes out. We get electrical permits on almost everything we do. When we deal with commercial, everything is permitted. When we deal with residential, most everything is permitted. If we're changing out a light or switching a ceiling fan out, we probably aren't going to need to pull a permit at that point. But if we're adding a hot tub, changing your panel, most definitely do we pull electrical permits. And that allows you as a homeowner to make sure that when you go sell the house, an inspection has been taken care of, and that you know that you don't have to worry about, oh, there was no inspection done, and you can't sell your house very well. So what I wanted to show you are two examples of why to get a permit pulled and an inspection. This just happened last week. Somebody got a hot tub installed in their house. And this here is burned. Now that's metal. Well, not only is the plastic case starting to melt away, but the metal is actually burned and corroded off. Now that had been there, and they're lucky, just go ahead and pass that around. They are lucky to not have had a fire in their house. Now we're grateful for that, and we're going to get things fixed for them. We're going to do it right. But if somebody that comes in and doesn't want to pull a permit, you might want to ask why. What are they hiding? It's your safety. It's you that you should be worried about, not them. You see, if you have somebody in your house that doesn't pull a permit, do they have a license? Do they have insurance? I was working on this last week. It's a GFCI, and it's got foam all around it. And so I said, when was the kitchen remodel done? They looked at me like, how did you know there was a kitchen remodel? And they said, about a year before we bought the house. I said, do you know that this kitchen remodel was not permitted? No, I didn't. Well, I said, this would not have passed inspection. It's foam. You think the electricity would work well with the foam? After a while, things are starting to trip. And then we found out that not only did they do it wrong, but they tied it into the outside. And now, that doesn't mean anything to you, but in electrical terms, we know that's taboo. You cannot combine the kitchen circuit with an outdoor circuit in their outdoor water feature that went under the ground. We troubleshot the problem, and they said, oh no, the water feature's not working. Somebody trenched through that 2 years ago. I bet you that's where the problem is. I didn't know there was a problem. I just followed where the wires led me. And we discovered a reoccurring problem. Was it permitted? No, it wasn't. So it makes you wonder, what were they hiding? And was it done properly? At Swartz Electric, our overarching theme is safety. We want you to be safe. We want you to be able to sleep well at night. And don't be like our customer who had junction box smoldering in his 5-year-old daughter's bedroom. I'm Greg with Swartz Electric, keeping you safe, on time, on budget, and done right.